Hello my dear friends, welcome back to Marine Musafir. My name is Jay and please subscribe my channel before we start. So I have just come to the ship to grab a cup of coffee and soon I will head towards the shuttle buses and take the shuttle bus to the exciting journey of the day. So the shuttle bus ride is around 15 minutes each way to the city center of the oldest part of Croatia, oldest cities of coastal city of Croatia called Zadar. Yes, we are heading into the Croatia's oldest and most beautiful coastal cities of Zadar. We will discover Roman ruins, medieval churches, hidden streets, incredible sea views and two attractions found nowhere else in the world. So let's board the shuttle bus and begin exploring Zadar Old Town. Today it's a chargeable shuttle bus for the guest and it's £5 for an adult per person each way, and once you take the trip one return trip, then you won't be charged for the second one, and child it is £22.50. So our shuttle leaves the cruise terminal and begins the short drive towards the old town. As always, I love showing the journey because it gives you a feel for the city before we even arrive. We are stopping briefly at a traffic signal. Like many European cities, cycling is extremely popular. And there it is, a giant Zadar selfie sign welcoming visitors. To our right is a beautiful marina filled with sailing yachts and fishing boats. On the opposite side stands the impressive stone walls protecting the historical old town. Along the waterfront, you will also notice local vendors selling drinks, souvenirs, and water sports activities. And here we go. Our shuttle arrives at its final stop beside one of the Croatia's most unique attractions. You can already see guests queuing here for the return shuttle back to the cruise terminal. And behind me is a famous greeting to the sun. This remarkable installation is made up of hundreds of multi-layered glass panels containing solar cells beneath them. During the day it collects sunlight, and after sunset it transforms into a spectacular display of colorful lights. It almost looks like the ground itself comes alive. This amazing nighttime footage was kindly shared by my local tour agent friend, giving us a glimpse of what this place looks like after dark. Just a few steps away is perhaps Zadar's most famous attraction. This is the sea organ. It doesn't use electricity. It doesn't need musician. The sea itself creates the music. Hidden beneath these marble steps are specially designed pipes. As the Adriatic wave pushes air through them, they create haunting, peaceful music notes. It's difficult to describe with words. It's something you really need to experience in person. Leaving the waterfront behind, it's finally time to enter the ancient streets of Zadar. I pass a local guide offering sightseeing tours and maps for visitors wanting to explore with local expert. At the entrance of the old town, I have encountered a peaceful park of heads. These are the statues of those legends of Croatia who have contributed enormously for the history, art and culture. Just in front of the Park of Head, you find the Church of Our Lady of Health. This beautiful church is dedicated to Our Lady of Health. The interior is peaceful and beautifully decorated. Like many churches throughout Croatia, it is a place where history, faith, and art blend together beautifully. Just outside the church, colorful souvenir shops line the narrow streets. You will find everything from handcrafted jewelry to Croatian lavender products, fridge magnets, local wines, traditional gifts, hats, and many, many more. After a few steps, I have now reached one of the most important landmarks in Zadar, St. Anastasia Cathedral. This magnificent Romanesque cathedral has stood here for hundreds of years. The interior is absolutely breathtaking. Beautiful stone columns, historic artwork, and an atmosphere of complete serenity. Now it's time to climb up the watchtower of this church and see the beautiful city's coastline and the old town. Along the way, I met local elderly ladies selling beautiful handmade lace and embroidered tablecloths. It's wonderful to see these traditional crafts still being preserved. Stepping back outside, the entire historic square opens before me. Directly opposite lies the Roman Forum. Built nearly 2000 years ago, although only ruins remains today. It's easy to imagine this once being the bustling heart of Roman Zadar. Now let's go to the part of local justice during Roman times. This stone column is known as Pillar of Shame. Centuries ago, criminals were publicly chained here as punishment. Today, it stands as a reminder of medieval justice. The circular church of St. Donatus is perhaps Zadar's most iconic building. The simple architecture reflects its incredible age. This is the iconic St. Donatus Church, built in the 9th century and one of the Croatia's oldest landmarks. Interestingly, it was constructed using stones from the ancient Roman Forum that surrounds it, named after Bishop Donatus. The church is famous for its unique circular design and incredible acoustics. Although regular church services are no longer held here, it remains one of the Zadar's most visited historic monuments and hosts beautiful classical music concerts throughout the year. I climb upstairs for an even better view. From here you can admire the Roman Forum, the cathedral, the Adriatic Sea, and rooftops stretching across the old town. It's one of the best viewpoints in Zadar. Now it's time to move to our next stop. The visit to this church was my highlight. I felt like I time traveled and went back 1200 years ago when this church was really new. After hours of walking under the Croatian sun, I simply couldn't resist. I found an ice cream shop selling delicious Italian-style gelato. And honestly, it tasted absolutely amazing. Sometimes it is the simple moments during the travel that become the most memorable. Around the old town, you find a lot of cafes and restaurants offer authentic Croatian delicacy. The streets now lead me into People's Square. This lively square has been the social center of Zadar for centuries. What caught my attention today was something unexpected. Group of art students sitting around the city drawing buildings for their school projects. It was wonderful watching creativity unfold right before my eyes. My next stop is Church of St. Simon. Inside lies one of the Croatia's most treasured religious relics. The church itself is beautifully preserved. As I continue walking, more Roman ruins appear around almost every corner. It's incredible how history simply blends into everyday life here. I have now arrived at the famous Five Wells Square. These historic wells once supplied water to the people of Zadar during the difficult times. After the Five Wells Square, it's time to explore the beautiful Queen Helena Park. Climbing a short flight of steps brings me into Queen Helena Park. This peaceful green oasis offers welcome shade from the afternoon sun. I discovered charming decorations, old car displays, a bicycle covered in colorful flowers, and plenty of relaxing cafes. From the park, I get my first view of Zadar magnificent land gate. This impressive Venetian entrance dates back to the 16th century. Beautiful stone carvings, face carved into the walls. The attention to detail is simply incredible. Back inside the old town, I wander through Zadar's charming narrow streets. Cafes overflow onto the pavements. Laundry hangs from the balconies. Croatian flags wave gently overhead. Street artists sketch portraits, and every corner feels wonderfully authentic. My next stop is the exterior of St. Chrysogoros Church. Nearby stands the statue of Peter Zoranic, one of Croatia's famous writers. I finally exit through the historic sea gate. Waiting beyond is another beautiful waterfront. Luxury yachts lines and harbor. I stop for a moment on a bridge, simply enjoying the peaceful atmosphere. A small passenger boat ferry you can see. People between the Hyatt Hotel and the old town take this ferry to go up and down. Nearby stands the small green lighthouse guarding the harbor entrance. My walking tour comes full circle. I'm back once again at the greeting to the sun. I take one final walk across the unique solar artwork. Before boarding the shuttle bus back, it always feels nice returning to the ship after a wonderful day ashore. As we leave the old town behind, I spend a few moments enjoying the drive back to our lovely ship Britannia. Soon Britannia comes back into the view. Finally, our shuttle arrived at the terminal. Inside the terminal, guests are buying Croatian wines, local olive oils, magnets and souvenirs. I walk back along the quayside. Another memorable port call comes to an end. As Britannia slowly leaves Zadar behind, the sun begins its descent over the Adriatic. What a perfect ending to an unforgettable day. From world-famous attractions like the Sea Organ, the Greeting to the Sun, to Roman history, medieval churches, and hidden streets of Zadar. Truly exceeded my expectations. If you're planning a cruise through Croatia, this is a definitely destination you should not miss. If you enjoyed traveling with me today, don't forget to like my video, subscribe my channel Marine Musafir, and ring the notification bell because our next adventure is just around the corner. Until next time, keep exploring, keep smiling, and I will see you next journey. Goodbye.